Coming up at 11, details on a disturbing animal abuse case out of Pulaski County.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening. I'm Caroline Mueller. We begin with a safety alert for you this evening. Knox County officials continue searching for the suspect in connection with a shooting last week. It happened in the Stinking Creek area. The man on your screen is 42-year-old Daniel Edwards. Officials say he's 6 foot tall and 230 pounds with a shaved head and full neck of tattoos, with several tattoos on his arms as well. Edwards is considered armed and dangerous. If you see him, contact the sheriff's office at 606-546-3181. A Southern Kentucky man is facing charges after police say he bit off part of a cat's ears. Pulaski County Sheriff's deputies were called to a home on Skyview Drive Saturday for a report of a man and woman fighting. Deputies were told en route when the caller told them her boyfriend had bitten the cat's ears off. They arrested Zachary Rollins, who later told police he bit the cat's ears off because the cat had bitten him first.
And so she has 2 broken legs, and her ears had tooth marks on them and were pretty nasty and infected. She also was pregnant, and so yeah, recently pregnant, I'd say within the last week or so.
The sheriff's office tells us there were numerous cats taken from Zachary Rollins' home. Rollins is now charged with torture of a dog or a cat. We have information on how you can help with the cat's recovery expenses right now on WYMT.com. We're learning new details tonight about another animal abuse case, this one in Claiborne County. Authorities believe someone tried to hang this cat. She was found with a noose around her mouth and neck. The Claiborne County Animal Shelter named her Shani. Tonight, she's recovering well and is safe in a new home, but they still haven't found out who was responsible for the abuse she suffered, nor have they been able to find her kittens. If you know anything, we have the numbers you can call on the WYMT News app. One person is dead after they drowned in eastern Kentucky. Officials with the Lee County 911 say they received a call about a person falling in the South Fork of the Kentucky River near Beattyville during the weekend. Today, the coroner's office identified the person as 70-year-old Kathy Peters. A man is facing charges after state police say he had been distributing sexually explicit videos of minors to one of his social media accounts. An investigation led to the arrest of 25-year-old Jorge Martin Vasquez Jr. After their investigation, police searched his home before interviewing and arresting him. Police confiscated the items he used to perform the crime. Vasquez was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. A Laurel County man is facing charges after police say he attempted to cash a fraudulent check. Police responded to a report Friday regarding a fraudulent check trying to be cashed at a bank. When Kenneth Taylor noticed that officers were looking for him, he tried to get away. He was arrested a short time later after he was stuck in traffic. Taylor was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Also in Laurel County, a man is facing charges after police say he placed his hands around a woman's throat. London police responded to a domestic dispute at a home on Village Street on May 3rd. They say Robert Smith pushed the victim into a chair before putting his hands around her throat. Police say he later obtained a firearm before pointing it at the victim's head, threatening to kill her. A Clay County man charged with attempted murder had his preliminary hearing rescheduled. Stephen Sinners was also charged with 2 counts of assault in the case. The incident happened on May 4th near Branch Road when he reportedly stabbed 3 people. Sinners' preliminary hearing was rescheduled for 9:30 a.m. on May 27th. A Pike County man charged in an officer-involved shooting in Madison County is scheduled to appear in court later this week. The incident happened last month when police responded to a flock camera alert. It flagged a stolen car parked outside of a Walmart. Police say when they approached the vehicle, Dustin Allen reversed and aggressively accelerated, striking one of the officers. He is scheduled to appear in court for a preliminary hearing on Wednesday. Now, it's been a bit of a rainy day. Let's go ahead and check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Dusmel for a look at our forecast this evening. Megan, we even got stuck in that rain out there. Is that going to continue tonight and going on this week? What are we looking at?
Well, we'll continue to see a little bit more rain chances for the next couple of hours, and we have more storm chances, unfortunately, as we're going through the next couple of days. I'll break down more of that timeline for the rest of your week in just a little bit, but here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar, seeing the heaviest rain just outside of our region, right in our West Virginia counties. We'll continue to track some of that heavier rain for the next couple hours. We are seeing some visibility issues, especially as you're traveling into Harlan right now, 0.8-mile visibility. We're seeing a little bit of that low-lying cloud formation today. And as you look at WYMT towers, I mean, we're having some pretty bad visibility here as well. Now, not loading right now, but our current temperatures are sitting in the 60s. Observed highs for today were in the 70s across the region, 74 degrees for Monticello. A little bit cooler as you travel more towards Virginia. 65 was as warm as we got for Grundy. And as we're going through the next couple hours, we're going to see those temperatures dropping to the low 60s, with temperatures tomorrow a lot warmer. We'll hit those highs as we're heading into the afternoon. Caroline.
Thanks, Megan. Investigators are now offering a $10,000 reward for information on a decades-old East Tennessee cold case. Tracy Sue Walker's remains were found in the Big Wheel Gap area of Elk Valley in Campbell County, Tennessee in 1985. She became known as Baby Girl until DNA analysis identified her remains in 2022, sparking a new lead. Officials say she went missing from Indiana in 1978. If you have any information, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Some Kentucky families say they're frustrated and have a lot of questions tonight. They say their children have been dropped from Medicaid services with little explanation. Those families tell us they can't get answers. Maggie Rickerby talked with two mothers who say their children lost Medicaid coverage.
Trina Martin's 9-year-old daughter, Ellie, has Down syndrome. She requires full-time basic care from her mom and additional specialized care that Martin says is not covered by primary insurance. She says her daughter was approved for the home and community-based waiver in May of 2024. But when it came time for her yearly reassessment,
got a letter that she had been denied. Her level of care no longer met the criteria, which for us was quite interesting because the criteria had not changed, and nor did her medical diagnoses.
Martin says her caseworker resubmitted the application right away.
Immediately denied again. They upheld that. So then that forces us into a whole appeal process.
Martin isn't the only mom in Kentucky dealing with a denial for Medicaid. Angela Four has an 8-year-old son with Down syndrome, and she says last year he met the criteria for the highest level of care. But this year, she says he was denied coverage.
You know, I have to do a lot of daily living things for Jack: bathing, feeding, dressing, toileting, etc. So those all qualified under the home and community-based waiver.
After Four received the denial,
I've reached out to state representatives, lawyers. To me, it's just awful that, you know, they would deny a child with a permanent lifelong genetic disability Medicaid who was previously on it.
Martin and Four say mothers of disabled children across Kentucky have shared similar stories in a Facebook group online. Now they're advocating for change for their kids and others.
I've met these women in these groups and my heart just hurts for them. If I can be their voice while I be the voice of my daughter, I want to be.
I don't plan to give up.
Maggie Rickerby, WKYT.
Our sister station, WKYT, reached out to the Cabinet for Health and Family Services asking why Medicaid coverage was dropped for these children, but have not received a response. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a TikTok trend is continuing to cause problems and putting students at risk in the classroom.
And I'll have more on this week rain and storm chances up next.